What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mind Renovation Nation. I am your host, Nathan Bush, where we talk about all things small multifamily. I am so excited today to talk to you about today's topic. So grab your pencil and pens and your papers and let's get started here, because I want to talk about something that has been on my heart for a long time. And that is, are you a leader in real estate or are you a settler in real estate? And there's a big difference between a leader and a settler. So think about this. Settlers, the concept of owning real estate can be misleading, because just because you own real estate doesn't mean you're taking charge of your finances. Doesn't mean that you're leading in an industry. You just own some real estate. And if you want to be the top, you want to be the best, heck, if you want to go somewhere, best to be the one leading to go where you're trying to go, because settlers settle. Think about it from this standpoint. Leadership and settle, lead and settle are both action words. They're both action words. It just depends on what action you're taking. Settling is static. Settling means you're not going anywhere else. That's as good as you're ever going to get. However, when you're leading, that's very different. Leadership is very different. Leadership is taking action and going in a direction. So if you're going to lead somebody, you better be going somewhere. I have a story from a number of years ago. There was a captain on my football team, and this captain on my football team was incredibly talented football player. And he was chosen to be the leader, the captain of the football team, because of his football talents. And he would go out and he would play hard every single game, and he would succeed and do well. The challenge is that our football team was 0-10 that year. Just because I had an all-star on the team, just because he was incredibly talented, didn't mean our team could win the game. We could put up the points in order to win. And the same is true about being a leader in the real estate industry. Even though you have talent, even though you might be able to buy a property at a discount, even though you might have some skills, the question I have for you is, are you a leader or are you a real estate settler? See, here's the thing that I do know. Leaders, they lead people. Leaders lead people. Settlers often devalue the people. Here's what I mean by that. You might own a piece of real estate. So you own a piece of real estate. And what you care about is the revenue from the real estate. What you care about is that real estate goes up in value. Here's what real estate leaders in today's economy, today's markets, the ones making a difference, the ones growing their portfolio, you know what they care about? They care about the people. They care about their tenant. They care about their property manager. If you want to be a real leader in today's economy, in today's market, you got to take sincere steps to put people first. It doesn't mean don't watch your bottom line. It doesn't mean don't get results. But to go from a settler to a leader in the industry, you have to start with relationships and valuing people. Here's one thing I do know. I do know that by being in real estate, you have some talent. You've been able to do well enough to acquire property. There's some talent there. That's not to be squandered away. When you have the talent, we need to make sure that we can use the talent. What accelerates that talent is being a leader, bringing people with you, showing others in order to help them accomplish their goals and be able to do similar things, bringing out the best in others. That's what leaders do. Here's how you can tell if you're a settler or a leader. Settler or a leader. Here's how you can tell. Settlers focus on control. Are you trying to control expenses? You trying to control expenses? Settlers focus on control. Are you trying to control your tenants on when they pay? Are you trying to control your property manager? Are you trying to control your vendor? Are you trying to control the negotiation? Settlers focus on control. They want to control the territory that they occupy. What do leaders focus on? Leaders focus on contribution. Contribution. What can I contribute in this situation? What can I give above and beyond? How can I contribute to better expenses? How can I contribute to more revenue in my organization? How can I contribute to my business? Think about the difference between control and contribution. I one time had an obsession when I was younger with magic tricks. Yeah, I'm a little ashamed to say it, but I used to really like stage magic. And what's interesting about stage magic is that stage magic was based upon controlling the audience. What do I mean by that? Sleight of hand is get you to look over here while the real work is happening over here. I'm controlling your attention with this hand while this hand does all of the manipulation of the work. That's control. That's control. If you feel like you need to get people to look over here, you need to deflect, deceive, disguise. Those things all lead to bad outcomes because it has to do with control. It means you're trying to settle for where you're at versus taking people where you're going. Now, the difference is contribution. What does contribution mean? Have you taken a second to sit down and think about what is your contribution to the real estate industry? Here's what I know. Those who know where they're going can take others with them. But if you don't know where you're going, then are you really just settling? Aren't you really settling if you haven't sat down and made a list out of the places you want to go, the people you want to see, the environment you want to be in, the things you want to cultivate in your life? Get out of this habit, guys, of settling. Never settle. Lead. Lead. Pick up the ball and lead. Go somewhere in real estate. Do something different. Have you ever heard this saying before? It's lonely at the top. I know I have. I've heard people tell me this before. They said, hey, Nathan, it's lonely at the top. Well, it's only lonely at the top, guys, if you're not taking people with you. Take people with you. That's what makes you a leader. You bring people along the way. You help others hit their goals. So that's what I'd have to say for today, is that don't be a settler in real estate. Be a leader in real estate. You know you're a settler when the people around you on your team are clock watchers. Meaning on those calls, the people often feel like, I just can't wait to get off this call with you. I can't wait for when this is over. Those are clock watchers. What about the people who do just enough for you? Do you ever have any just enoughters? Just enoughters? You know you're a settler when you're getting just enoughters. They're doing just enough work. Do you ever have vendors go above and beyond and do extra work for you? What kind of relationship do you really have with them? How about the mentally absent, the checked outers? Checked outers. Do you work with any checked outers? How about in your negotiations? Have you ever come across the situation where you got the checked outer and you just can't get the transaction closed? Look, what I'm asking of you is that you become a leader and you take people where you want them to go. That's what I'm asking of you. If you watch this YouTube channel, if you watch these live casts, what I ask is that you become a leader in your industry. Don't just sit around waiting for the next thing. take action, take people somewhere, because that decision to do so, it matters, guys. It matters. What's inside of you that you can bring out? What's inside of you that you can share with others? When you can take from what's inside and give it to others, that's called contribution. And if you can have a contribution in the real estate industry, then you're leading. All right. This has been a quick live cast, but I did want to talk about leaders versus settlers. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you share the post if you watch this on Facebook. And outside of those things, guys, I hope you have a great weekend. And I'm happy to share as much content as I can with you on the information. I appreciate those of you that have been watching the YouTube channel. I really do. I appreciate those of you who are coming along for the ride with the places that I'm helping you and the spaces that I'm helping you cultivate and craft inside your mind. Again, the reason we call this show Mind Renovation Nation is because our minds have to go through the right thought process in order to become the right kind of people who are going to lead and be successful. And so I appreciate you taking time to watch the show. Remember, again, subscribe, share the video, hit the bell so that you're notified, do all those YouTube-y and Facebook-y and social media things that I could ask you. It was nice seeing you guys this week, and have a good week.